Welcome to Plantish Live, fam. I'm Nina Curtis. My co-host Sesabek Rando and I go live Tuesdays, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we always love and look forward to our Tuesdays and, having you join us because it's truly a community. Welcome on this first Tuesday of June. How did we get to June, fam? It's like crazy to me that we are already in June. 6 months. What have we done? How's everyone doing? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I can't wait to get into the conversation with our guest today, Raechel Barfield, the founder of Māla Girl. Māla Girl is known as superfood powdered broths, but it's so much more. It has so many benefits, and we are looking forward to her joining us today. And yes, we are going to get this party started. Hello, Shannon. Hello, beautiful soul. Hello, Patrick. Brother Patrick. Hello, Chef Castro in the house. Welcome. We are going to be starting soon. I see my co-host coming in. And yes. Okay, well, we love Instagram. We are going to make all this happen. And tell me, what is the beverage you're drinking this morning? Are you a coffee, matcha, or other person? What's up, Chef? What to do?
Chef, happy Tuesday. How are you?
It's Tuesday. We clock everything well, let me speak for myself. I clock everything by Tuesday. It's like some people look for Saturday. I look for
Yeah,
Tuesday, and it is all good and golden, right?
absolutely. Yeah.
Chai tea.
Yeah.
Okay, I asked the fam in the comments what's their beverage, and I see Shannon saying
Chai
Thai,
tea.
get untied, tea, which is awesome.
Mm. I'm a matcha guy. I gotta have that matcha.
I love matcha too. Are there any coffee drinkers in the house? And do you add anything to your coffee that's legal? Please keep it clean here. Keep it clean here so we can stay on. Hello,
Hi,
Rachel.
Rachel.
Welcome.
Hi, kids.
How
Uh,
are you?
How
I'm
are you?
gonna
This
run
is
with that
like
kid
this
because I haven't
actually
been called a
worked.
kid in a long time. I am owning it today. I am the kid in the house. So thank you for that.
Yes.
How are you doing,
I'm
Rachel?
good. You guys are so much fun. You are so much fun. And you have
Thank
this
you.
like calming energy. I'm like, does she want to be a TV show host? Because you're so like, right? Like calming and inviting and let's just talk. Like I'm like, oh, yes, please.
I think Chef is coming. I come out of the cannon like a fireball. I'm gonna have, well, I'm not gonna say that yet. I'm like the fireball in the morning because I
Oh,
have to convince myself to get it going on. But we
I
are
feel
so
that.
excited, fam. I just want to properly welcome Raechel Barfield. She is the founder and CEO of Māla Girl. And Māla Girl is described, but we're going to learn more, is described as the superfood powdered broths with benefits.
Yeah.
You have friends with benefits, but do they really deliver
Exactly.
benefits? I don't know. Keep it clean, Nina.
Just keep it
These
clean.
these six girls, I
We like in the dating zone. Let's stay in like the dating
in the
zone.
day,
Like we're like just
yes.
meeting. We'll keep it clean.
I can't imagine what's going to happen when I get my Molly girl inside. If I come out like this and I haven't had
She hasn't
anything to get me going,
even opened the
this,
package.
and I haven't even opened the package yet. This is real deal. Hello, Juice Guy. Thank you for coming in. Hello, everyone joining us. It's so excited
Hi,
to have you
everybody.
here. So we're going to get this party started. Chef Sesavec and Raechel Barfield. Rachel,
Yes.
Chef Sesavec has been, I love to say this. I just love
Yeah.
to say this. And I always have to say it. He knows what I'm going to say. He's been vegan since birth. And I'm trying to get
It's
my black
wild.
card. Wild, right?
Yes.
Wildly wonderful.
Yes.
Wildly wonderful.
Yes.
Yes.
Who raised you? Like that
Yes.
is amazing. Like you're you've got this whole outside world that's like fast food and like there's,
Yeah.
give me some chips, give me some junk, and you're like,
Yeah.
no, no, just peace, love, and vegan, like your entire existence. I'm like, I'm so impressed. Like I was like, you
Aw.
had me there. I was like, wow. I want
Yeah.
to know who made
Oh,
you. That
yes.
is a superstar.
Oh
That's
my God.
incredible.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So excited
That's
to speak with
incredible.
you here today. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's going to be a
Yes.
good conversation.
Chef,
Yeah.
Chef, grab
Yeah.
that tagline, peace, love, and vegan.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and vegan.
Vegan.
Yeah.
PM
Peace,
it.
love, and vegan.
Oh yeah. I'm putting that on a shirt,
Yes, yes.
on a tote bag.
Rachel, listen, we're so
Thank you.
excited. We've been talking like since 2023, right? It's wild how time flies. But where did the concept, when was it birthed? And
Oh,
what was a problem you saw? Because usually I think those of us who are innovators, we know you are, a recipe developer. We know you are a menu innovator. You've been doing this for years. But at what aha moment, or when did the aha moment hit you and you were like, Māla Girl,
yeah.
that's it?
Oh man. Oh wow. When did Mal? So that's kind of a layered question,
Okay.
chefs.
Okay.
No, but so let me. I'll peel it back, right? So, and Juice Guy. Hello, Jeff. I love that he's on here. This is gonna make me tell this whole story. So, probably what, like 13, 14 years ago, I had a great opportunity to do a juice bar concept, actually. Yeah, and I kind of came up in the world of like, if you fry it, they will buy it. Like, I liked healthy food, but it wasn't me like 100%. And so we started getting into like juicing and acai bowls and kale salads and all that. And I started like trying it and prepping it. And at the end of the day, I was like, wow, like, like after you're developing something all day long, you're like, like, I cannot eat like one more thing. Like, oh, like I'm just too much. This was like, the juicing was like, oh my God, it's been a long day. But like I still had like a little pep in my step, like my eyes were bright. And then I was like, okay, but it's been like 14 hours. Like it's kind of time to wrap it up and done. But so I felt different and I was like, there's something to this. So I kept going, did a lot of development on that. And with the juicing, there were, like your quinoa salads, kale salads. How do you get something to taste like Caesar dressing? Like, not even at the time being able to use oil. Like, it's all about nuts and seeds. And that was super fun. But there was nothing really kind of happening on the savory side. There was, and like, sure, we're like using the nuts, we're using the beans, and we're doing the potatoes, and we're roasting, we're spices, and all the pickling, like all these different layers. And it's so much prep. And it's like, great recipe. I love that there's 30 ingredients in it. Show me more, and then like you keep going and a few years go by and then like these kids that are having like all this vegan food, they're like, oh, there's a vegan burger, there's like vegan chicken nuggets, and because it's vegan, they think it's healthy and they think it's good for them, but it was like processed garbage. um just go ahead and just have something that's a little bit more nutrient rich, right? So but kind of that was also like the aha, like it's not like people don't want to be healthy. It's just, I think with development, we love cooking from scratch. Like the food, it kind of talks to us and like, you kind of, oh, let's add this, let's add that. But for like your mainstream person, they don't have time for that. Like if that's queso, like give that to me in a tub and let me heat that up for 30 seconds and call it done. Like if I'm going to make a soup, like give me like a bouillon and give me a vegetable and I will boil it up and leave me alone. Like I'm not going to go doing all of these different things. So fast forward, so right within that there's all this juicing, and then I was like, gosh, like there's no juicing, is it's great, it's cool. And people, then sometimes you hear, oh, it's high in calories because there's extra fruit and vegetables are more nutrient dense, but people don't always want like a vegetable juice because it just doesn't really taste that great. Like it's not a wow. So I was like, I'm gonna make this like veggie tea, that I was telling you about. I'm gonna kind of do that with these spices, and I'll feature like one with beet, or maybe one has spinach. These will be like the flavors. And they were so like they were Like I had them in like a tea bag, and I was like, okay, well, it's a great idea, but it's sort of lame. And then I came across this like vegan broth powder, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, that's it. It's the salt. Like that's like the missing piece, and that's what I'm going to use. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put those done. And then like I got it, and it said it was like clean label. I was like, oh my god,
Right.
okay, number one, there's like 20 ingredients that have like no nutrient value whatsoever. So that's going to make my deck look not good. And then it was like a quarter teaspoon was going to hit my sodium before I even added like anything. And I was like, and the answer's no. But what it did sort of aha me to was kind of creating like sort of this mirepoix, like your onion, garlic, carrot, celery, then adding like a featured vegetable, and then adding like your featured like botanical or adaptogen. And but 1 tablespoon, 8 ounces, done. Like that's all you got to do.
Yeah.
So there's a whole lot of flavor happening, but instant, just add hot water.
And it's so nice because, as you said, as chefs, we know we're doing the layering,
Yeah,
and
you
I
assume you're like, oh, everybody's gonna want to do this,
and they don't,
and
and
they
they
don't.
don't.
They don't.
And as society, all of us will grab for what's convenient,
Yes,
right? So
yes,
you really came up with something, but you launched in a really challenging time.
yes.
Mm. Yeah.
Challenging, but also kind of meant to be. Like the COVID was a little bit of a gift for me because, nobody cared about menu development. Everybody was like, where are we even going to get the ingredients to be able to, make? And the restaurants are open. So all of that just did a whole 180. So that really kind of gave me the time to say, like, what is this? Like, what is this exactly? Let me just create all these flavors and flush them out. And that took time. And as it originated, it was supposed to be like this beautiful drinking, like hot sip, like, like, oh, like I'm calming. And I didn't want to have like this kind of mud, right? Because
Yeah.
it's not a pure powder. Like there's spices in there. They each have like different textures and meshes. So I just thought, we're all going to want this infuser to have this like beautiful experience. And then when 2021, like it opened up and then I was able to like meet customers, they're like, oh, we don't use that. Like we just go straight in. Like we like this stuff. I was like, what? Like, I went through like 3 months of trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
No, we don't care. It's like,
I
okay.
love that.
Yeah.
I love how you talk about you have six blends,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But you
six
call
little
them
like culinary
personalities.
pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
That's so
I feel
fun.
like I'm their mom. Like I feel like I'm the mom of like these girls, and they're like each like their own like little mood, like little culinary mood and personality. Because each day, like sometimes in the day, like you crave different things. Sometimes you
Yeah.
crave like chicken noodle soup. Some days you're like spicy and like cosmic curry, or you're like spicy fireball
Yeah.
basil, like you're like a spicy cinnamon. Or today, like a Taco Tuesday, you're probably hitting up chili chakra. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just their mama. I'm just the mama. Yeah,
It all it almost
they have their own thing.
it all almost reminds me of, like, I study and work with the chakras, and
Oh,
so you grab for that where you're
where
feeling
you're
and where you need to be
at.
amplified or where you need to be toned down. That was my first impression when I saw
Yeah.
just, the packaging and, this beautiful girl just kind of chilling out, which we can put however we envision that. So how did you come up with the personalities? Because we know
Yeah.
you're a recipe developer. Where in your mind did you start saying, okay, Fireball is for Nina?
Yeah, 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 that's right. That's right.
Did you have
So,
friends that you saw their personalities that you wanted to calm down
oh,
or turn up?
that's clever. I'd like to say yes to that. Like I do feel like there should be different kind of models. Like I feel like Mushroom Brainiac sits in like a cool library, and like maybe has a certain outfit on. I do feel like that, but no. I wanted to make it kind of like these like top flavors that people are craving, right? Especially like in the vegan plant-based world, it's chicken and beef. So, but
Mm,
what I didn't realize at the time, like these were kind of like the six most popular. I think I had like 10 to be very honest, and then kind of kept whittling them down. And so it's like what are popular flavors? Chicken and beef for sure. Um,
yes.
this poor little Moringa, because we're plant based. I laugh so hard, but I feel for her. I call her like my stepchild because we're plant based. You have to have somebody bring. I'm so sorry,
Oh,
but
give
seriously,
Moringa some love.
poor little Moringa. But she's so like I'm a stepchild. Like I am a stepchild, so like I'm okay to say this. You grow to love her.
Yes,
Like
yes.
she like if you're used to having moringa, it's usually like she will ruin a juice or a smoothie so instantly. Like she's pretty earthy. She's pretty earthy. But like with savory, with like lemon and salt and ginger and garlic, like she's kind of happening. Like hot
Yeah.
water, a little even coconut milk, or pour it over ice, and she tastes like a green V8. Like she
Okay.
sort of like gives you little
Okay.
surprises. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
when you
So
started,
then it develops like so they evolved into like okay these are like your classic girls
okay.
for comfort flavors, and then the other three spicy. I mean I'm kind of spicy. I would have made moringa a spicy green, but I was like not everybody's there. Like people want just plain like your vanilla basic. Then you kind of go global flavor spicy. Those are the other three girls.
And I know we focus on them as broths because people
Hmm.
can wrap their head around
They
it. But if you
can.
just go to your website and look at the pages upon pages of recipes, I mean, we get into everything as queso, salsa, casseroles,
Yeah.
waffles,
Yeah.
savory waffles,
Yeah.
right? And even oatmeal.
Yeah.
So I want to just express to people, it's like having these, very premium high botanicals and spices, and it's not limited to a broth because I think as one thing you want to help people understand what it is, but then we can also lock people into what it is.
Yeah.
And it's like you've given us the opportunity. I mean, I know Chef and I are going to take it and, like start playing in ways that's not even on the playing board because that's what chefs do, especially when we want to see, well, how will this work? That I think when someone's listening to this because we have a high watch rate after we post the replay, and so
Sure.
I want people to really identify with, yes, take it, grab, like you have even like a quiz on your website, like tell us a little bit about how you're feeling,
Yeah.
which I think is great to guide someone because I think we're either so used to spices in our cabinet.
Hmm.
Either they're a blend or they're single,
Hmm.
or okay, botanicals are over here. But how have you just layered, like you said, oh, you tried some and it was like, no, not going
Yeah.
to happen. And that's the
Yeah.
reality. That's the reality when we're recipe
Yeah.
testing. It's
Yes.
not always a win, but so often when it's not a win, something out of it allows us to get to a win. So
Yes.
what was the process of layering the adaptogens,
Hmm.
that are really health benefit, the benefit part of
Yeah.
these,
Sure.
and then the flavor and making them, because we're going to try it. We're going to do a
Yes.
blind
Do y'all
tasting.
have hot water? Do you guys want to try it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it while you're talking
For
about the
sure.
layering
For
process.
sure.
So, like I said, I just picked spicy cinnamon and cayenne, the fireball basil, because it's Tuesday and I woke up like a fireball and I want to
Okay.
sustain
Yeah.
that because sometimes when you have all that energy, you can
You can
drop
crash it down.
and you're looking for things to bring you up. And most people will grab coffee.
Hmm.
But, that's a setup too. That's not with the benefits. But I'm not saying don't drink your coffee. Maybe you can add even some of the Māla Girl to the coffee. Okay,
You.
that's how I would think. So go ahead. While Chef, what are you going to do?
I'm over here prepped and ready. I already
Oh,
opened
Shoot.
it. So I already have my water poured. I'm ready to go.
Oh.
I am doing the mushroom brainiac because it
Oh.
just it pulled me. And when you
Okay.
said the library and the whole spiel on it, I'm like, yeah, that's me.
That's
That's how I'm
you.
feeling.
That's you.
So yeah, I'm super excited to try this.
Yeah. Like I would walk you guys through like a wine tasting. Like you could try each one of the flavors. Y'all are going straight in. Okay, so
Yeah.
chef's doing mushroom brainiac, and you're going straight to spicy girl. You're going straight.
spicy girl.
We call her the
Spicy
savory
girl.
red hot.
I
She's
woke
like a savory red hot.
a spicy girl today.
Awesome.
Yesterday, I was a little more calm. Maybe I
Mhm.
would have grabbed for the miracle moringa and,
Yeah,
tried to
exactly.
just come off the weekend because I had a heavy weekend. But today, I need to like kick it up a notch. So I like my little frother. Just,
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. That works great. That works great. So for you, so for Chef, that's he's doing the mushroom brainiac. So that has got reishi and lion's mane mushrooms, and we could go 10 ways to Sunday to like adding chaga, adding turkey tail. But that is your beef broth. Like that is like your beefless beef from Chungyang Girl. She's a classic. Yeah. So she has porcini mushrooms to let it, kind of get the umami in there. But reishi and lion's mane, so great, like, to just kind of take that breath and just overall immunity. Reishi is known as like the king of immortality. Hello. Lion's mane is great for cognitive, and they're all the fruiting body extract powders. So you've got that. You've got a little cacao powder in there to give it a little bit more depth. And then you've got your onion, garlic, carrot, celery, some sun-dried tomato, smoked paprika, there's thyme, there's Himalayan salt, little nutritional yeast, black pepper, cayenne pepper, parsley, dill, chives. Yeah, it's all in there. I feel like that's all the ingredients, actually, if that's enough.
that's a lot.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on it?
Rachel, Rachel, this is phenomenal. Like the flavor profile is insane. It tastes like a
Yeah,
soup. Like I'm drinking a broth. Like so flavorful. It's just
yeah,
water in this mix
that's
here.
it.
I like as I'm tasting this, like the things I want to make with it, it is
Yeah.
amazing. But yeah, it's so good. So
Thank
good.
Thank you. But
Mm,
that's the thing, right? Like people like they'll try it as a drink and you can take it on the go. Then of
yeah.
course you can get a little, sexy if you're thinking like matcha, you could use that and like add like hot almond milk instead and make it like a
Mm.
savory latte and you get a different richness. But at the end of the day, what customers will say, they're like, I would use this in my lentils. I would use this in my pasta. Like,
Oh
so
my
if you're
God.
like marsala, this is like your marsala base with
Yeah.
marsala. And you can even do like a little white beans for thickener, like an almond butter cashew, and then like, that's it. I mean, it doesn't
Wow.
take a lot and you'll get so much depth. But also too, like think like food is a feeling. Like how do you feel after you make something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why are people using broth? They're using it for flavor, like to flavor their stuff, but it's concentrated vegetable. You're just paying for boxed water. Like it's not, I don't know. Like what like would you drink that? I don't think
right.
so. So this is kind of like your part broth, part spice, part botanical, sort of all in one. So you don't have to go grab 10 different spices plus your broth. And, if you're using it for cooking, it's a one and done. Yeah.
Mm.
But also
So,
all the
yeah.
adaptogens that are, when you talk about having adaptogens, yes, we're used to drinking them, but now you're
Yes, right.
putting them in your food, so you're amping up
You're
the
amping.
whole nutritional. So I did a little bit different because, I've got this red lipstick on and I just want to have you see it.
Oh, are you sipping it through a look at you? Yes, girl.
No, that's right. Let us know your
Listen, this
thoughts.
spicy girl got to keep her lipstick on and I don't want it coming off on my cup. And whoa, I
I told
feel
the heat.
okay. The cayenne's
Yes,
kicking right in, like
that's
going
right.
straight down my throat,
Yes.
laying across my tongue. Like the cinnamon, I'm inhaling it.
Uh-huh.
So when we smell, we taste because
Yes.
that's olfactory, right?
Get some water.
Yeah, no, no, I'm
No.
good. I'm good. I'm not. I don't know. I got it here. We know some of our experiments, not experiments, but our tastings. We know. No, it's so delicious, but it's so well blended because while I can detect different things, I'm
Mhm.
detecting them in layering, but it's very balanced. It's very rounded out. It feels very good on, like if you drink that lemon water cayenne and you have a little bit of sweetener in it, even if you wanted to add a drop of sweetener,
Yeah.
I don't see there would be a
Yeah.
problem there but it is
Yeah.
so smooth. You know,
Yeah.
when you talked about, oh, I could do a wine, like it'd be like a wine tasting. It's so smooth. There's nothing jarring, in my opinion. What about you, Chef?
Yeah, it's like you said, well rounded. You get that umami here. The more I drink it, I want to make a bowl of ramen. Like that's what I want. I want to air fry some tofu. I want to saute up some corn and just have like all the fixings. And I want this as the broth in my ramen.
Yes.
Love.
Yeah. But I also, because I was just so excited this morning, I pulled them all out and I put them on my counter. It's Taco Tuesday, so I'm like, okay, the chili chakra.
Oh my,
We have to do something
yes.
with that. So I
Yes.
actually am doing some Spanish quinoa and I use this.
Oh,
Mhm.
So
perfect.
I'm
That's
so
perfect because
looking for
there's
it.
your
My
liquid.
house, yes, my house smells amazing right now and I cannot wait to get off of here so I can just try it. The quinoa is right here. Look, as a matter of fact, let's just taste it while we're on
Oh,
Do
here.
it. Do it.
Let's,
really, Chef? Really? Really?
it's
Okay.
lunchtime here.
Okay, just tease us. All right, that's fine. Go for it,
Yeah.
fam. This is the
It's
quinoa with
Spanish
which
Chili
one, Chef?
chakra.
quinoa made with the chili chakra.
I love it. And so that has Peruvian maca,
Okay.
sun-dried tomato from Turkey, and cobanero chili from Guatemala. Yes.
Tell
Some
those of us
cumin.
listening that may have never heard of maca or
Maca.
tried it, what are the main benefits why you've put maca in this blend, this personality?
Yeah, and this girl, she maca is usually sourced from Peru. It's got like this like malty kind of, what I really loved about it, to be honest, is like this like kind of caramelly kind of like
Mhm.
malty sweetness because it's a root. So it's got I like the sweet flavor profile that it has, but it's actually just an overall like energizer. Like it's an energy balancer for the body, but also a little bit of like a libido booster. It also helps with focusing. There are some studies. I'm not in them, but they say it helps kids with ADHD. So again, like it's just another one of those superfoods that are great to incorporate, in your daily routine. Also too, like I think what's interesting is I just had a conversation with a customer the other day, and what we call superfoods, like when
Yeah.
you go to Peru, like they're not called superfoods. Like it's what you eat. Like here we call them superfoods. It's like I'm very well aware. So it's just kind of interesting that the play on words and what we think. I think of like the adaptogens as more of like kind of Mother Nature's like secret recipe box. Like people just don't really know about them so much, but like what they bring for your body, like just overall immunity and balance and calm, that's amazing. Like, and the challenge with them is like these kind of botanicals that are so great for you, they don't really taste good. Like they're very astringent, they're very earthy, they're very, extra malty. So to be able to blend them, like holy basil with your fireball basil, for example, like that's, to me, that's got this kind of like rich and meaty kind of like menthol flavor to it. But with the
Mhm.
cinnamon and cayenne, it also adds like a lot of depth and character to what you're eating. So if we can just bring little extra benefits with just that hot water, we're happy. Yeah.
Absolutely.
How's that quinoa, Chef?
Yeah, how
The
is
chili
it?
chakra was so amazing. Yeah, Spanish quinoa, but you get like the benefits of that maca in
Yeah,
there. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good, feeling
I
nourished,
love
feeling
it.
energized. And yeah, you have something here. You have something here. This is probably, I'm not going to speak because I haven't tried all of them,
Mhm.
but this chili chakra is speaking to
Mhm.
me. I don't know if it's because it's Taco Tuesday and
Yeah.
you know how Chef and I
I
love Taco
I
Tuesday.
I know.
Yes.
That's why I was like, oh my gosh, would they taco with cosmic curry? Would they taco with chili chakra? Like, who would you taco with? Would you taco with fireball basil with
Yeah.
maybe like some zucchini and
Yeah.
eggplant, tofu, little pickled onions? Yeah, I was like, which I know. Where do you want to go?
What I would do, I would take some peppers, onions, and garlic. I would
Yeah.
saute that up, crumble up some extra firm tofu, sprinkle this here,
Yes.
and then I would grill some veggies but I would use this as like a marinade. I would put this in like some avocado and just use it to brush onto the
You're on
veggies
it.
and then
You're on
yeah, I
it.
just could see that with the cashew crema.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
on it.
And
Because
I,
you do what we do. Once you start, like you start mixing the girls together. Like you're
yeah,
like, oh, I'm gonna go like chili chakra and mushroom
yeah.
brainiac. Like mushroom, she's like, you know, rich and meaty, and chili chakra, she's like kind of spicy Latin, and like the two together, it's
Absolutely.
insane.
I
It's
feel like this
insane.
is perfect for someone that is transitioning to veganism because it's like, where do I begin? Like, how do I season my food? Grab
It's
this here because
yes,
this is all that you need right here. You have the soda, and you have the spices, you have the superfoods
yeah.
here. Like, everything is right here. So, if you're just now switching over and you're like, what do I do? Where do I begin? I feel like this would be a product. Like, it has my stamp of approval. I'll
I
just say that for sure.
that's what I wanted to hear. I
Yeah.
was like, I think I might meet two new brand ambassadors.
and I want to make sure people know that, yes, while we're vegan, these are plants.
Yeah,
And, you know, any and everybody, because, you know, sometimes
is
we say the
welcome.
vegan label, and I see
Yeah.
people rolling their eyes at me, you know, in public, and I have to quickly let them know, don't, don't set me
Don't
off.
judge.
But, you know, I eat a lot of vegetables, but it is for everyone.
Yes.
And if you can't, you know, in my mind, if you aren't getting enough vegetables,
Hmm.
which
Most
our
people are
society is
not.
not, this is a
Correct.
really great way to start. Like Chef has put it in the quinoa, so you can kind of get used to or take, you know, that
Thank
step.
you.
Because sometimes I know in the cafe, I would get people all the time going, I can't stand Brussels sprouts, but I love
Yeah.
yours.
Yes. Yes.
And
That's
I was
right.
like, okay, I'm not going to ding your mom, but you know, I don't know how you were served vegetables. There is a
Yes.
way. Don't boil the life out of them. Don't cook the life out
This
of
is true
them.
though.
And you probably really would like them. So I think from dressings to salads to soups to queso to quinoa, your grains, you know, your legumes, think of it like that with benefits because the adaptogens really work in a way that all three of us could have the same adaptogen and it work and adapt differently for
Differently too.
all three of our
That's right.
needs.
That's right. That's
And you
right.
should really
Adapt.
look that up. Anyone, you know, listening, like, what the heck is she talking about? That's why
Yeah.
it's an adaptogen. It adapts. And I took a lot of adaptogens when I was natural body competing, bodybuilding,
Oh my
you know, for a
gosh.
decade. And adaptogens don't get you addicted. They're not
No.
drugs, but they are medicine.
Hmm.
They're that Mother Nature medicine that really allows you to, like Chef said, I'm already feeling good. And that's going to continue. It's not going to be like up and then down
Hmm.
and you're dropped off.
Hmm.
It continues. Because later today, I'm going to go into Miracle Moringa because I'm doing 30 days of a green smoothie every
Oh
day. And so I'm going to put her in. I love you,
yes. Yeah,
Miracle
you can
Moringa.
love her
Don't
up. She
listen to those
appreciates that.
other people. Don't listen to anybody. It's all right, girl. You
That's
could do
right.
your thing.
You let her
Pop
do
out
her
on them.
thing. Let her go. And she, you know, she loves coconut milk. I will tell you,
Oh,
she's a
okay.
big fan of
Well,
coconut milk. Yes,
we
she is.
definitely got that. Fam, if you have any questions for Rachel, please drop them in the chat because we have her. And, you know, our whole premise with Plantish Live is to be able to speak to the innovators, the thought leaders, you know, the game changers. We're talking about disrupting the status quo. Goodbye, bouillon. Sorry. You know, toss it
Toss
out.
it out.
Let's
Toss
really
it out.
be intentional. And I think, you know, reading and listening and talking with you, Rachel, that was one of the other things. I think people from, like you said, the gift of 2020 and before, but continuing, that people are like, hold on a minute. I have to take more responsibility for my own health.
Mm-hmm.
And I want quality.
Mm-hmm.
I want quality because you shouldn't, not all holy basil is, well, it may be created equal, but it's not processed equally.
That's right.
So we do need to know the source, and that's what we do at Plantish Live. We bring on the founders. So when you decide, oh, what's this Māla Girl? You've met Rachel. you've, heard her speak. You can ask her a question right here. How often are we really able to sit down, pull up to the table and have a conversation with these founders, CEOs and innovators, getting into her mind, like, what were you thinking? Because Māla means garden. So you're a
Yes,
garden girl
yes, yes. So it means it's garden in
in
Hawaiian,
Hawaii. Yes,
but
in
but
Hawaii.
it also so that's the layered version, I guess. You just thank you for, I guess, bringing it in. So it started off as Earth Girl, like the whole, but she was a logo,
Oh,
and then licensing, trademark. Somebody had it up in New York, and they had something on like tea and spices. They weren't using it, so blah 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 blah. Add a Y to it. Blah 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 blah. Get a new lawyer. Blah 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 blah. Come up with a new name. And so I had to go back to the drawing board. Like I had her image, and they were like, think of Google, just think of like basic words. And I was like, wow, he's right. Like the image is everything. And I knew I had heard the word, like I heard it. So we were brainstorming. I was like, oh, there is this one word. And I was like, garden in like Spanish, heart in Spanish. I was like, no, that's not it. And then I Googled, I was like, garden in Hawaiian. It was Māla. I go, that's it. That was the word. That was the word. That was the word. And I sent it to the lawyer, and he goes, you can have it. And that was like done. Yeah.
Done,
Yeah.
done. And
Yeah. But it also means like bad in Spanish and Italian, right? So but I was like, oh my God, that makes it even better. And then like in Hindu, they're like meditation beads. I was like, like we own like perfectly imperfect. Like if you're gonna have this, but like that croissant at the cafe looks amazing, like you do you. Like we are not judging you. It's like balance. It's like, 80/20. Like don't deny yourself. But once you have like when you're surrounded with great ingredients, you really don't want the poison. Like it doesn't really do anything for you. It doesn't serve you anymore. Like you'll have a little bit of it and you're like, okay, like I'm done. Like you're over it.
yeah.
So yeah.
oh,
And the skin benefits, the digestive benefits. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's
it
like,
really comes with the benefits.
yeah.
I'm gonna be talking to Māla Girl like, which one do I want today,
It's like
tomorrow?
which mood am I in? But yeah,
But
all the
Fireball doesn't get you like hyped as I'm feeling it because I can tell they're
Mhm.
working very quickly. It really gives you, I feel like expanded, but not hyper. I feel very expanded but calm.
I
I
think
don't know if I'm appearing that way, but that's what I'm feeling right now. Chef, I know you have some questions for Rachel. What's up?
yeah, no, for sure. I just want to say the maca definitely has me ready to bounce off of the wall. So it's
Shush.
interesting that you feel
Jay.
expanded, but here I am. I'm like, okay, don't try to go jogging right now. You're here on Plantish, right? Oh my goodness, Rachel. It has been such a joy speaking with you. Yes, I have a few questions for you. We
Yes.
call this the rapid fire round.
Do
You,
it. Do it.
you can answer these in a couple sentences, just however you feel. So the very first one I have for you is, what's your favorite Maya Girl blend today? I know it changes, but
It
today,
does
what is your
change.
favorite
Like
one?
who am I feeling today? I'm feeling a little like cosmic curry today.
Ooh.
Oh,
Like I'm kind of wanting like the cosmic curry, like carrot and coconut oil blended. Like steam the carrot, blend it with the coconut oil for a little fat, maybe a squeeze of lime, like just for like puppy, and then that's kind of I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. So the next
Yes.
question. What's a
Yes.
non-negotiable in your wellness routine? Like something that you have to do
Mm.
every single day.
Ooh, that is a good one. Gosh, a non-negotiable. Want something I have to do every day. Well, I have to wake up. Like that's, I guess, the first non-negotiable. Sorry, that was bad.
true.
But I mean, that is a non-negotiable.
Right? I mean, you got a point. Yeah.
No, but I do love to do like a good stretch, like a stretch in the morning, and either like a swim or yoga or strength. Like I definitely, if I don't do that, I just don't feel like I'm my very best me.
Same. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even if it's just 20
Yeah.
minutes, like if I can't do an hour, even if it's 20, it's better than zero.
Absolutely.
So I feel like that's my non-negotiable.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving the body is so important. And I mean, you have the fuel right here. So it must be really easy just to perk up out of bed. Māla Girl. And yeah.
Yes.
Next question. Uh, I know you cook a lot, but how
Yes.
do you set the tone for when you're in the kitchen? What are you listening to? What vibes get you in the cooking mood?
You know, um, it's such a great question. I actually have a channel that I was listening to. It's called Ray Vibes. So it's like a cocktail of, I don't know, like there's like swing, there's electronic, there's like a
Hmm.
little hip hop. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, it's a little poppy, like it's kind of all over the board, no Metallica. That's the hard stop. Like that's a non-negotiable. Like absolutely no. Like that does nothing for me in the kitchen. Zero. It gives me
Okay.
anxiety. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love speaking with you because it's like you can easily see each personality with Mala Girl. It's perfect. It's like,
Oh,
oh, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah. So
thank
versatile. Wow, it's beautiful. Next
you.
question.
Let's see.
What's a comfort
This is so
food that
fun.
always hits the spot
Oh
for you?
my God. Okay, so that, yeah, for sure. That is definitely like chicken noodle soup and instant ramen, like
Okay.
without even blinking. If I'm super fancy, chicken pot pie or chicken and dumplings. Yeah.
Ah,
So
beautiful.
that flavor, and especially during COVID, like that, I was like, why am I making chicken and dumplings right now? Like, why am I having grits and greens right now? Like, what's happening? But it's like, what is that? Like, those are things that, and that's why it's called soulful. Those are things that make your soul like feel full. Like
Yeah.
it's a comforting flavor profile. So for that comforting flavor profile, it's like the holy trinity of wellness. It's got that lemon, ginger, and turmeric. That's, I feel like that's like the trinity, like lemon, ginger, and turmeric and everything. But the lemon and ginger is amplified in Soulful Classic. So it's like if you're gonna have that, like let it fuel your body. Like let it be good for you.
Uh,
But let it taste like what you want it to be.
I love that. I love that. You're
Yes.
bringing ideas. I love that. The last question I have for you is if you could have anyone in the world experience Mala Girl, who would it be?
Mm. Ooh. Ooh. Um, ooh. You got me. You got me.
Oh,
Let me pick somebody. Let's go. Let's keep it light. Let's say Matthew McConaughey. I pick him.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, actually, I think I should pick his best friend Woody Harrelson, right? Because he's
okay.
vegan. Yeah, I would pick him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, we're
Sorry,
all about planting
Matthew.
seeds here. So,
Yeah.
well, how about let's have both of them? As a matter of fact, let's just add one more so that we can make it, three.
Oh, add one more
Add
person.
one more person
Oh,
to make it fair.
I would wish it to be my
Oh,
mom.
oh,
Yes.
nice. Nice.
Mm,
Yes.
love that. Yeah. Well, you did
Yes.
amazing.
Thank you.
You aced the quick fire test.
I love the quick fire. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Fab, if you're just coming in, we always have fun with Chef Sessamek's quick fire. You don't know what he's going to ask, and you just have to be ready because we're not trying to have you, we're trying to get you out of your head because this is what it's about to see that founders are real people. They're not bots. They do have feelings. They think outside probably what they create. I mean, I know it is usually your innovations and your product creations are an extension of us, right?
Sure.
But that's the fun part for people to say, oh, I would have never thought that her playlist, had X, Y, Z, or she dropped Matthew so quickly. But hey, we're not judging. We're
We're not
listening.
judging.
We don't judge. We
We don't
don't
judge.
judge. Thank you, Chef. That's always so fun. Share with us, we talk about your premium blends, but I
Mhm.
also know that your products, and this I think is a very important part that might differentiate something else. To get offline, we've pinned malagirl.com. That's malagirl.com. You can be online right now checking it out. If you have any questions for Rachel before we let her go off into all her brilliance, as she does have to keep her company going. Talk a little bit about the air drying and freeze
Oh,
drying and the
sure.
benefit of that,
Sure.
because we know on the shelf, you don't know. And we always talk about spices on the
True.
shelf, how old are they? Open up your pantry. How
Yes.
long have they been in there, etc.
Yeah, and I mean, I just feel like you could go down the rabbit hole like all day long on that, right? And that's the trick, because then it makes you not want to eat because you start to get afraid of food. And I've certainly gone down that rabbit hole myself. Like as a health coach, like once you get bombarded with all of the information, it makes you question everything in the grocery store. So for me, like speaking to that, all of our spices, they're either air dried or freeze dried, organic or single origin, and for a reason, right? Like you mentioned, the spices, like they're usually sprayed with chemicals. So all of ours are non-irradiated. So there's none of that, which some people say, you know, it helps with the flavor, it helps with the nutrients, like any way that we can just take out an ingredient that serves no purpose, that has no value, then we're winning. So that's the reason why we use organic or single origin ingredients. Yeah, and yeah.
And the freeze drying versus the air
Oh, but
drying.
that
I
now
mean, it seems like it would
that's a
make sense.
blend. That's so for me, that's honestly a cocktail of the concentrations of flavors. Like some of
Okay.
them are best suited freeze dried for it to dissolve, and then some of them are air dried, right? Because there are a couple of like juice powders in there, and so for those, like I don't want them to be vegetables. I want those to be free dried so they dissolve, and you know that they're it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, but also too, like the freeze drying, the shelf life of those things as well. Just to bring that, I have a feeling that's probably what you were asking. So let me bring that back full circle. It helped, but that was intentional as well, as to help with the shelf life, right? So we're up to 2 years, because once you air dry or freeze dry, the shelf life, I mean, the shelf life of our ingredients is over 3 years. But if you're not going to have it within two, you're not going to have it. So we'll go ahead and put a best by date on there. You know, they'll say like freeze dried can last like 15 years, but we're not here for that. We blend frequently, and yes, yeah.
I feel like you just called me out because I will go in my cabinet and go, but I know I'm just holding it for a rainy day. And
Why? Like
what if
what
the
is
world
it?
closes down again? Get some more, Nina. Just order some more and stop it all. But you know, the best of us who know the best and know better,
Yes.
I'll put myself out there. It is like that because I think it's a psychological connection that we've paid for something.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's really not, if it's still okay, but it doesn't have all the oomph that it had when it came in, you know, that whole no waste, there's a lot of psychological trips we put on ourselves
Golly, it's really
because
not the
that's the
sugar.
marketing that's out there to
Yes.
us, you know, the impressions and the things we hear. So, how are you feeling, Chef? I'm just tapping in.
I feel amazing. I feel very,
Oh,
very nourished and balanced. It's you know how you feel energized, but very chill
chill.
and calm. Yeah, but I could go running too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You feel good.
yeah.
Like you feel good.
Like I'm ready for
Well, that's
everything.
how
I'm
we
ready
that's
for
how we should
life.
feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. Chef, do you see any comments in the chat? I know sometimes we're really chatty and sometimes people are just so enthralled they're listening or they might be looking at malagirl.com. Those of you that are going to join us later when we post the replay, please drop in the chat, you know, what you think. Or if you've tried Mala Girl, where is the best place? Your website to purchase Mala Girl?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Website, Amazon, and there are a few natural markets kind of scattered around the states. Like in California, there's Clark's
Okay.
Nutrition and Windmill Farms, I believe, in San Diego. Pescadero. South Carolina, there's a couple of natural markets that I'll have to email you because I can't think of the names of them.
Chef,
Oh.
Yeah,
call out your natural markets.
So
not
there's
Earth Fare.
14 carat Rosewood Market,
Okay,
um, Earth Fair,
no.
and what's the other one? I think those are the only ones here locally for me in
Okay,
Columbia.
yeah. So
Yeah,
maybe it's a different zip code. All right, so
yeah,
I'll send
yeah.
it to you.
Please,
But yeah,
I would love to check
and
them out.
Amazon, and the website, of course, the website. Oh, what did you guys? How was your experience? How was the Amazon experience for you? Everything came like,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I
perfect.
kind of
It
weaned
arrived.
off Amazon, but I did what I needed to do for this. Yeah,
No, I know.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel that. I feel that.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. So before we let you go, tell
Yeah.
us, a couple of things. First of all, I also wanted to say I looked at your website, went through all the recipes,
Oh my
and don't,
gosh, I love it.
yes, yes, don't forget your mocktails or other,
Yeah.
because you had like 12 different mocktail recipes.
Mhm. And it's kind of fun too, right? Because you see like pickle lemonade is like savory is continuing to creep in with sweet, like more and more. Like you're seeing like pistachio, you're seeing like beetroot lattes, turmeric lattes, and then on the mocktails, like vinegar's coming in, like, and you've got pickles coming in. So I mean, mix the two, like, have like a savory V8, like the Miracle Moringa, but add like some fruits to that with some mint. They're super refreshing. They're fun, and yeah,
That got me excited because I love making mocktails. And I could just see having a party and
yeah,
having everybody pick their personality and making mocktails, or Friday night, Saturday night, if you're having. Chef and I did a pizza soiree Friday night
oh
online, and it was so
no,
fun, and it could have
yes,
been really fun to pull in some of the, well, next time we will, Māla
yeah.
Girls, and
Do
make a mocktail to
do
go along with it, because you
I'm
definitely
telling
need a
you,
drink, or
do it.
and adding it to the pizza. So
And try it, because if you think about it, like what is a margarita, like what do you love? You love the
yes,
salt, like it's the savory plus the lime and a little, it's not doesn't have to be sweet.
right.
So yeah, do try like a little partial with like the lime, maybe a hint of agave, or muddle some fresh pineapple, watermelon.
Uh-oh,
You know, I
here
could
we
play
go.
just on mocktails, you guys, for like the
I
next 30 minutes. I
know.
know.
I went, wait a minute, we could do a whole session just on mocktails, because in summertime and it's
Yes.
hot. We were clocking 102 degrees Saturday night. And
Is
I
it
was just like,
freezing?
I don't want to cook.
I
I just want to drink something cool, or I'm going to eat sorbet. And you also have a
Yeah.
sorbet recipe. Look at me. I know, because I went in. I'm like, yeah, I love looking at recipes. Like, how are people thinking to use this? Because it just expands what you're spending your dollars on. And again, I don't want people to get in a mindset that it's just a broth.
Yeah.
It is so much more with benefits. So before we let you go, what has been the most surprising or exciting thing about your journey with Mala Girl that keeps you going?
Yeah, it's like honestly being with you two today. This is I mean, from the bottom of my heart. I mean it. Like, how would I have met you guys? Like when I go to a market, like when I meet, I was like, I would have never met you guys before this. Like, to me, like that's that is truly my favorite thing. I have met so many more chefs with just is it just a different just a different energy, and it's a different way to show up, and it is so much fun. So I think that is probably my favorite thing, is how many more
Oh,
people I have met. Yeah. Yeah. And then to be able to touch somebody like that I've never met in my life. I mean, that's the whole purpose of Mala Girl, is to be able to, help people eventually around the world, but just to be able to be like an instant source of like health and happiness, like just to not have to think. And if we can do that to somebody like every day, like then we're winning.
yeah,
So when you get like a review, like somebody sent, you're like, oh, like they're from California or they're from Washington. I never even heard of them before. Okay, like that's so cool. Like that's so cool that they found us, like when we first started, I thought that was my wow. I was like, we're doing something right. Yeah.
I love that. And thank you for
Yeah.
that. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
I know that.
but it's the truth. It's yeah,
And we believe you. We believe you.
it does it.
Your
It is
personality, we
so
can tell you
fun.
don't have to say it just to say it.
Yeah.
What's on the horizon? Are more Mala girls coming, or Mala guys, or
Oh, Mala
um,
guys would be so fun. Mala guys would be so fun. I have a friend and we did kind of brainstorm about that a few years ago, but back at the ranch, yeah, I think a new flavor next year. And like I see her. There's two of them, but we'll probably start with one. Yeah, I see her as like a Viva Veggie or a Vitamin C SEA. Yeah, I see it like a seaweed kind of green girl, or maybe like a blend of more vegetables girl. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure Dulce will be happy with that. Like, bring
Yes,
in
I
more of my
know. He
family
needs a
members here.
friend. He needs a friend. Maybe he's gonna have some kelp or kombu or something. That's why I was like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe it should be vitamin C. So that's sort of what's on the radar.
We
Yeah.
love that. Well, we
Yeah.
definitely taking love that you took the time out of your busy schedule. We know what you're cooking. I'm looking in your kitchen like we should get in the kitchen with
I
Rachel.
let's do it. Let's do it. I would love it. I would love it. Let's cook together.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for being with us, Chef. Would you send us off into all our
Oh,
brilliance? Because we know the fam could be anywhere and they've been here with us, or they're going to join us later. We will be putting up the post, the replay, so you can check it out. We'll have some clips for you. We'll take the highlights. You know how we roll over here. But, Chef, do what you do the best.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Yes, Rachel, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. I love your energy. It's so magnetic, and yeah, you can just feel the good energy that you put into your products. So thank you. And to the audience, thank you so much for being here. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. And we'll be back next Tuesday, same time, same place. And until then, make sure you're doing something good for yourself, nourish your body, move your body. And yeah, until next week, peace.
oh,
Peace.
thanks,
Thank
kids.
you. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next Tuesday. Check out malagirl.com. That's MALA girl. You know how to spell girl.com. And come back when we post the replay and leave comments. For those of you that were here live with us and those of you checking us out, leave your comments. We'll see you next Tuesday. We have a whole lineup all the way into July, fam. Thank you for the hearts. We see you coming through. We'll leave you with that and have a fantabulous day, whatever you do. Thank
Yes.
you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.